Welcome to Brawlhalla.
We're going into game number 1 of this BO5 matchup, best out of 5, and we'll have to kind of see how things go. But it's kind of funny. Raydish has the Petra avatar, and then Megd has the Hattori. So maybe we see the Hattori come out a little bit later. We'll have to see.
He has played Hattori. He's been playing Hattori in ranked as well. Hattori and Asuri. But Raydish coming out strong off the start. Already got Megd in orange with those orb combos. Megd throws away the sword instantly. He's trying to get Katars. Katars are huge for building up damage. And with Asuri, usually you build up damage with Katars and then finish it off with sword.
Well, it's funny too, because I remember there was a lot of history when it comes down to Katars. I mean, we had that giant Katar meta, and then they got nerfed to the ground, and they started coming back again. But I thought a lot of people were going to avoid the weapon because of the three hit true combo that was with Katars is now gone. However, that's kind of the complete opposite. Now we're seeing players use these Katars a lot. However, Raydish is countering them very, very well with that orb. Gets a fantastic down signature finish to go ahead and knock Megd down into that second stock. But overall, things are looking more in Raydish's way.
Yeah, he's got almost a full stock lead here, and he really likes that down stick. He utilizes that all the time when he's off stage and someone else is coming back. Dancing around, hits a sidelight Sair. Megd just trying to get something here, but it's just trading blows here, even. But Raydish has a stock lead. Double D-Light comes out from Megd, getting Raydish off the side. Recovery's gonna catch his dodge in. Megd bringing back the game closer and closer here. Another Raydish tech there. GC Ensig on the side.
Yeah, and overall, just a lot of back and forth between these players. I mean, we are seeing Megd kind of take that lead away from Raydish. We see Raydish already in a very low first stock. Megd trying to get the knockout option. Comes in with the sword there. Very nice job knocking out Raydish to make things 2 stacks all. But Megd is in the yellowish orange of their second stock. So while Raydish lost that first stock, he comes in with that unarmed side signature out of the wazoo. Just catches Megd off guard.
Yeah, instant haymaker. Gonna hit Megd there. Has the gauntlets in hand. Lost kind of their killing potential with the Endlight nerfs, but he has recovery and he has Ensig. But he's gonna get rid of the weapon. Goes for orb. A lot more consistent kill options here. Sair is gonna be the big one. Sidelight Sair. Oh, he misses it though. Megd getting another chance. Sidelight.
Yeah, and he went for that sidelight, and kind of threw all of us off guard, but he mind games a little bit of Megd, saying, yeah, approach me a little bit more. I don't have any more jumps, but haha, I got one more to really throw out here. And Megd is down to that final stock, and Raydish is still keeping that stock lead that he's had since the beginning of the game.
Yeah, getting a lot of extra credit here. It's just racking up these orb combos. Megd answering back with sword, but Raydish, he can't get these sidelight Sairs to hit. Still though,
he's having a rough time.
He's just playing phenomenally everywhere else. GC side sig. Don't see that very often. Megd giving him
don't
space.
a whole lot, but I mean, right now, Raydish. Look at Raydish's lead. It's almost an entire stock.
Yeah.
Megd I hate to say this, but with how Megd plays, he might have to get a little bit more baity in the sense of when he's getting aggressive, he's missing these follow-up options on the Raydish. And I think Raydish is reading him very well. But as I said, that Megd comes in with a very nice sword combo read to knock out Raydish to make things 1 stock all. And right now, if you're Raydish, I need orb.
Yeah, both these players play, fairly slow, fairly calculated. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of explosive play coming out. They usually trade blow for bro, but Raydish has been, coming out on top of that. Megd in the red now. A couple more Sairs will do it. Megd floating, trying to catch Megd out, doing something so he can land that Sair. But Megd's not giving it to him. Lands the sidelight, gets the endlight as well. Dash jump, dodge back in, trying to bait something out. He's getting damage here. Hasn't been hit in a while.
He is, and right now it's getting very close to the wire. Megd has gotten very, very has done very, very well of removing that advantage as much as he possibly can. However, Raydish does have that orb. He does have sidelight side air, or just even a side air for that matter. Launches Megd off the ledge. Megd is still able to touch though, moving away from that down signature, but cannot move away from the side air. And there you have it, Raydish taking game number 1 off of Megd. And if you're Megd, you got to figure out what you're going to be really trying to do to counter that playstyle. And I think a lot of that, Phil, comes down to making sure that you don't let that big of a disadvantage happen in the beginning of the first game.
Yeah, he's just like, he was throwing stuff out that's too committal, like a lot of sidelights coming out, and Raydish is getting the punish. So if he wants to win this, he needs to, you know, really start playing a lot slower, because that's the thing that he does so well, and not making the first move as committedly as he has been.
Well, another thing as well, if we look at these damage stats right before we go into game, Megd had 0 signatures that game. He went straight in for the light attacks, and that is something that I'm kind of interested to see, just because of the fact that they do have a lot of damage buildup. However, they do have a lot of those recoveries, especially with Zuri. If you try to go for a neutral signature, that's not going to be a good option, because you have those recovery frames if you miss it, right? The side signature with sword has recovery frames if you miss it as well, and they're both hard to land, but see none thrown out kind of mind boggles me. But you also have to worry about Raydish to sidelight side air, down signature off the ledge, right? So it's interesting to see how things are laying out right now.
Yeah, with the guitar sigs, like, they're all right, but your main way of killing on a Suri is definitely going to be sword combos.
Yeah,
because it's hard to kill on guitars. Man, Raydish just keeps missing sidelight stare there, but he's catching Megd. Every time Megd lands with an attack, he's punishing that. If you're Megd here, you definitely want to keep Raydish on gauntlets. Well,
I don't know. I mean, now Megd is like, hey, now I have a sword. Now I can do something. I want you unarmed instead. How about that? And tries to keep him unarmed, tries to pick up the weapon, but Raydish picks up the weapon before Megd can steal it. Megd was without a weapon. Raydish picks up those gauntlets once again and lands that very nice off-edge ground pound knockout with those gauntlets to knock Megd into that second stock.
Yeah, and that's such a good option, especially on this map, because it's really hard to react to dash jump ground pound. And like this map, if you're touching the wall, there's very little like space for you. So dash jump ground pound drifting away will catch almost anywhere you touch.
Yeah, and right now, man, I mean, Raydish has a neutral control. Megd is kind of floating, and with how Orb is, Megd really needs to take that center control, because Orb does a lot of its damage buildup on the platform compared to other weapons. So, recovery comes in from Megd. That does knock out, and things are now even. But this is looking a lot better for Megd compared to that first game, just because of that one stock disadvantage that they don't have, and the way that ending of that game turned out, it could have been definitely Megd's favor. So right now, Raydish coming in, picks up those gauntlets. They're seeing them really trying to approach Megd, but Megd's unarmed is countering them a little bit as well.
Yeah, he was trying to weapon starve as much as he could there, because Katars in the unarmed is super favorable for Katars. Everything is like instant on Katars, so it's hard to get in. But yeah, Megd's been favoring the Katars here, just racking up damage with it. This game is a lot more even. Both of them similar damage, just almost completely the same now. Deep orange. Raydish getting towards the red here, unarmed as well. But he picks up orb. Now it's looking much more even. Hits the sidelight stare that time. Megd off the edge, tries to get a GC sidelight. That would have KO'd. If he could hit the stare afterwards. Sidelight stare from the center stage, not enough. But one more is going to do it. Ooh, side sig.
Nice. Nice. That was a very nice finish. Coming out Raydish. And right now, I mean, this is a relatively fast game for the match that we have. And we're seeing kind of, things are still really, really close. And now we got Megd with his guitar, throws them away to go unarmed. And then say, you know what? Maybe I don't want to go unarmed anymore. Maybe I want to go with those swords and see how I do there. But sword combo coming in with that recovery finish, knocking out Raydish, and not knocked off the ceiling of Demon Island, which is the highest ceiling of any of these maps.
Yeah, that was a great punish too. It's hard to punish the Raydish tech there with the GC Ensig, but he just hit the top of his head with that D-Light.
Silent side air, there we go. There's a lot of back and forth with that.
Raydish
Remember when there was
off
like
here.
a meta with that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like moving off. He's got the power with him. As soon as he does that side air, something activates him for like a 5 or 10 seconds. With great power comes great responsibility. We'll have to see how he does with that orb.
Yeah, Megd catches the dodge there. Recovery, juggling him. Oh, that's good. Baits out the side air. And both players have been catching each other out with like landing with attacks. They just backdash away to try to get the punish in off of it. But Megd, nothing left. Oh, but he plays aggressive there. Goes towards Raydish.
So, ooh, all right, there we go. Picks up the sword. Tries to really approach Raydish. Gets that nice sword recovery. Does not have enough to knock him out off the ceiling. Is very, very close between both of these players at the moment. Who's going to really approach? I think they're trying to bait each other to different attacks. This is what we're used to seeing from these final game situations here, or final stock situations between these players. I see Orb coming in, missing that backward recovery. Megd just wasn't in the area coming in with it. It's very close. There we go. Megd comes in with that sword neutral air, trying to back up, trying to do a bait into side air maybe, but then when Raydish lands that orb side air, has an option to knock out Megd. Backward neutral air instead. Megd has no more jumps, gets one more jump. Just barely, almost knocks himself out, but actually does by jumping straight into a silent side air coming out of Raydish, and Raydish takes game number 2 there, Bill.
Whoa, these glasses. The glasses on Petra were not in the right spot. That was a little crazy looking.
I saw that.
But yeah, 2-0 for Raydish right now. He's been like, first game was a little more dominant. This one was a lot closer, but he has been putting in work on Orb.
He has. And I think as well, another thing is Megd's really, really trying to go in with that Zuri pick.
Mm-hmm.
And we know them from Val. I mean, that was the thing that they were known for a while.
Yeah.
That sword is going to be the primary thing that they use, but usually sword is the weapon that you knock out with Azuri, and guitars are almost a damage buildup. So I just don't know if Megd feels that comfortable with those guitars as much as he does with sword, and that would make 100% sense. But we'll have to kind of see what happens. But right now, playing sword against Raydish trying to play with the gauntlets, trying to mess around with Megd, thinking that, oh, okay, maybe I'm not good with just orb, right? Launches Megd into the orange and knocks Megd to the side of the map, tries to get the knockout punish, gets the side signature, and knocks out Megd. And this is something more that we saw in the first game, and Megd has to be very, very careful to make sure he doesn't have the same situation happen.
He is not afraid to let the haymakers loose.
He's not at all.
Yeah, he's been punishing Megd, like coming back on stage with an attack with just Zigs. It's pretty crazy. Gets the side sig on Gauntlets and the side sig on Unknown. And he is just putting in work on the orb. Getting damaged a little bit here, getting close to red, but he's got a full stock lead. And it doesn't look like he's going to be giving Megd that much of room here. He's getting punishes in, Sayers, and lights. Megd already getting closer and closer to red. Recovery's not going to be enough, but Nair follow up. Reads the fast fall and gets that KO. He's in orange, but this is not too far of a lead to come back from.
Yeah, and that's one thing. If you're Megd's just trying to find a way to really approach the orb gameplay of Raydish, and he's just having such a rough time. Raydish is so comfortable that he's willing to throw the weapon away and go in unarmed against Raydish, and then say, you know what, maybe not. Let's pick up gauntlets, right? So I don't know. Silent comes in, the recovery misses because of the movement coming in from Megd. Megd with the neutral light tries to land that recovery. A little bit of back and forth here. Nice recovery coming out of Megd again. And Megd is trying to get him on these small little things. But as soon as Raydish realizes that, he comes in with that side knockout. And currently Megd's on his final stock. This is not good for him right now.
Yeah, Raydish has been really good. He's been dancing around Megd, like dodging every attack, even without using his dodge, just outspacing it. And Megd, he can't get like as good as hits in. He's getting it now. Hasn't been touched and got Raydish on red. But Raydish is still here.
Ooh, yeah, it's close, man. And Megd did very, very well at removing that disadvantage. And sword combo off the ceiling is now even you're Megd, you have a little bit of a sigh of relief because now it's 1 stock all. However, still has 1 more stock remaining if he wants to take this game number 3.
Yeah, and this is his tournament stock here. Elimination side, and Raydish is already up 2 games to 0. He needs to clutch this out.
Yeah, he's trying to get the momentum over Raydish, but you're seeing Raydish kind of stick it over a little bit, trying to get that center platform control overall. Megd gets a little bit too risky, allows for Raydish to get the sidelight cider on the platform. As soon as Megd comes back, is able to dodge that down signature, going against Megd. Sidelight cider, weapon throw misses, picks up gauntlets, but gets a little bit too aggressive here. And this is a lot of back and forth going in this final stock.
Weapon stuffing him there, that is good. Keeping orb. Orb definitely better to knock out here. But he's getting closer to red. Megd gets a punish on that spot dodge. He lets her there,
Nice.
knocks him off the bottom. There he touched the weapon throw to finish it off.
He had to make sure that weapon throw came in. He would have came back if that weapon throw didn't land.
Yeah.
So very nice job from Megd overall. Even if we pop up the statistics here up on screen real quick, I mean, it was just mind-boggling overall. I mean, the replays from these players were absolutely insane. And I mean, it came down to Raydish really having that lead in the beginning, and you're seeing Megd sort of chip away from it. And I mean, maybe it was just more of a mindset thing game number 1 than anything.
Yeah. Megd was down like the whole game until the last bit there. He brought it back to even on last stocks and kept it close. He needs to he's taking a little bit of a mental reset here, getting ready to go into game number 4. Down 1-2, but just off that win. And he's sticking with the Asuri.
Yeah.
The guitars were working really well there. Same thing with the sword, both putting in work.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a big deal for Megd. If he wants to go ahead and win this, and he needs to win this game number 4. And we're heading straight into it. No character swaps, no stance swaps at all. See what happens as we go into game number.
Yep, and we are on Apocalypse. This map, Megd likes platform maps because if he starts losing neutral, he can always just reset to the platform. That's the thing he does a lot, especially on Miami Dome.
Oh, okay. He started getting a little bit of the advantage. Megd comes in. A lot of back and forth here, man.
Yeah. These two are just super even. They play very similarly, just waiting the other one out, getting straight hits. Nothing too explosive or big here, but Raydish has a couple combos that just like are unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, 30 seconds in, things are very, very even between both these players. A lot of exchanges and light attacks here and there. And usually with these players, we tend to see 50 to 60 light attacks come out from each of them at land. And Cider comes in from Raydish. A lot of them are more so whiff style attacks where they'll try to do some of these one-hit style light attacks and try to bait them into a different combo here and there that we've been seeing. But Megd coming in with a sword neutral, like trying to go ahead and get that first stock knockout on Raydish, knowing that Raydish does not have orb. It's a good opportunity for him. His signature lands with the Zuri sword. Very, very nice job. And he did not knock out or anything. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, that's one of his first signatures that he's thrown out like this entire set. And it hits.
Yes. It does indeed, man. It does indeed.
Raydish dancing around, hits the D-light, gets in there instead of the recovery. Knows that recovery wouldn't have killed. Recovery, not gonna kill yet, but now Megd's deep in the red. Both players on red here. Sarah's gonna send Megd off. Megd getting back. Very close. Another D-Sig coming out from Raydish. Oh! Catches Megd with the recovery. Recovery is like the easiest thing to punish, so you can't be giving those up on the edge.
Yeah, and Megd's jumps were just off. I think he was thinking he was going to jump a certain way, and his character was like, no. And he's like, okay, maybe not. Let me do recovery to come back, because that's the only thing he can come back with. And Raydish does that nice knockout, but then we see Megd coming in here, getting that nice knockout on the Raydish. It makes things even to 2 stocks all.
Not a lot of extra credit from Raydish out there. Megd's actually got the lead now in damage, putting on some good damage on the guitar strings. Raydish off the stage right now, trying to get back. A lot of times you see Raydish land with Sarah, and Megd has started to recognize that a little bit, but it's still just super even, back and forth. One gets a hit, the other gets two, then the other one gets two again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like one person's aiming for something. I mean, they're doing the same thing. We've been saying it a couple times already. They're trying to bait each other into a different style of attacks, and
yeah,
I mean, it's a very floaty game compared to what we're used to seeing on stream. And you're seeing Raydish now trying to use these edge guards against Megd. Gets that side air there onto Megd. Megd's just trying to stay alive, trying to be able to go back to platform, maybe go over to sword. And Raydish is like, no, you already tried weapon starting me earlier. I'm not going to make sure I don't weapon start of you now. And Megd still does pick up that sword. Raydish is in the dark orange. Megd's in the dark red. Now Raydish is in the dark red. It's very close here. I mean, this is I've never seen a match this close in a while.
Yeah, it's getting really close. Megd hasn't been hit in a while now. He's been dodging around Raydish's every move. Dare comes out, and that's going to KO off the bottom. Megd has a lead now for like one of the first times in the set. And we'll see what he does
indeed.
with that. He needs to keep Raydish off a weapon here. Katar's in unoff is super favorable. He's definitely going to weapon start as much as he can.
Yeah, for sure. And I think currently nice double neutral air coming in from Megd, weapon starving Raydish. Now with Raydish not having a weapon, he does pick gauntlets up, but that's not the primary weapon he likes to play on. He threw away his weapon, allowing for Megd to try to weapon starve him again, but is not able to land it. Raydish comes in there with the orb side air there onto Megd, trying to get a knockout option.
Oh.
Tries to. Megd coming in and just throwing guitars, dare in a neutral air. Trying to bait him into a side air neutral. There we go. Gets a little bait there on the Raydish.
Megd.
There comes in. Oh, he's trying to be risky. Oh, Raydish getting that knockout there onto Megd's second stock, and things are still relatively close, but Megd still has a little bit of a lead compared to what we've been seeing.
Yeah, and his sword has been good here. This is his primary knockout tool. Raydish has his, but Raydish is getting in the red, and Megd has barely been touched. Light yellow, and Raydish is in red. Sarah misses for Megd there. Oh! Raydish does a GC sidelight, but that's punished by Megd.
It's going to be relatively close here. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. If Megd wins here, we go to game number 5.
It's looking like we're going to have a game 5. Megd, he plays very calculated. He's not going to give Raydish anything here. Just going to get his hits in, get out. Doesn't want to risk it.
There you go.
Great, Sarah. Game 5. We're heading into it.
Indeed, game number 5 between Kingdom Megd, Raydish, man. This is definitely going to be interesting to see where they go. I mean, do they go back to Demon Island? But that's more of Raydish's map than anything that we've been seeing.
Yeah, I think Megd is going to want a platform map here. If one's available, I think he'll pick one.
Oh, he's not. Okay, Raydish.
Maybe though, we'll see.
Okay, yeah, he wants the platform. That makes sense though, because that kind of mixes things up a little bit compared to the previous high ceiling maps. So we'll have to see what happens here going forward.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of knockouts on sword off the top, hitting like recovery and then reading Raydish's fastfall and getting the nair afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Megd landed 91 light attacks last game. That was just in the game, not the set, the game, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he's really confident with how he's, and those are all landed. Those are not ones missed either. So, if you're Megd, I'm kind of surprised Megd threw away that sword. I think he's feeling comfortable now with those guitars, it seems.
Yeah, he definitely wants guitars to build up the damage at the start, and also he wanted to weapon start Raydish. Keep him off the weapons as much as he can. He's found a lot of value when Raydish is off the weapons, but he's dominating right now. Picks up sword since Raydish is in the red. Throws out another sig for the first time pretty much. Had one last game. Won this game. Raydish is down now. And Megd hits the recovery just a little bit goofy there. Not the best hit. And they're just dancing around. Megd trying to get recoveries in and knock Raydish off the top. GC and like the wrong way. Makes it back to stage. Raydish has nothing. Oh, but he gets the GC sidelight in. This is getting close. Raydish already has Megd back on the red. Oh, DC comes out. Megd avoids it. Raydish goes for those GC satellites a lot. Sarah punished from Megd. Raydish off the side, weapon throw hits. He has nothing left. Sarah comes in from Megd and that's gonna KO.
Yeah, very nice job coming out of Megd there, and now there's a lot of back and forth between both these players. This is definitely a major deal for Megd because now he has the lead in the beginning of the round. Megd is going to be feeling a little bit more confident compared to those previous games that he's had. But if you're Raydish, you could be like, okay, I need to get this knockout now, but actually tries to go and pick up a weapon, another weapon instead. While he had Gauntlet, he just threw it away. He didn't even throw it towards Megd.
Yeah, he really wants Orb to KO here. Not confident in his gauntlets for getting the knockout.
There we go. Side air coming in. Down signature. Oh, that was close.
Megd just knows what he does. He does the D-Sig and then falling there. Megd waits it out every time.
Just trying to bait him in a thing. You're seeing Raydish kind of say, yeah, I know you're expecting a dare. Let me try a backward recovery.
Yeah, Megd it's hard when he has a lead because he's not going to give you any space to get a knockout. He's going to be waiting for you playing super parry. And he is just getting these chip nairs in, not trying to do anything too committal. Recovery's going to hit, and he is extending this lead.
Ooh, he is. It's starting to get into Raydish's mindset that they're in game number 5 right now. This is something that Raydish really doesn't want to have. Nice sider coming in. He's going to go in for this punish knockout. There, misses. Backward cut from Megd. Nothing really lands outside of that. Megd is back on that platform. He's got that sword. Is that platform messing up Raydish that much?
I'm not sure. It's working well for Megd, but Raydish just can't get these hits in. Megd's just dancing around. Already has Raydish in the red. Full stock lead for Megd here. And that's finally going to KO for Raydish. Even stocks, but the damage is so in favor of Megd here.
It is, and Raydish is now in the spot Megd was in the first game. This is something that they don't really want to be in, but Raydish comes in with the backward side air. Another side air again. Sidelight side air. Very nice job. Oh, seen him trying to go in for these different things, but there's not a whole lot of damage buildup, even with those 4-piece combos that Raydish is really throwing out. Sidelight side air again. Megd's now in the orange. Raydish with his golden side air. He gets a knockout off of that.
Completely dismantled Megd there. That was crazy. Just brought him left, right, all across the map. And now he has the lead after Megd had a complete white to dark red lead.
Yeah, this is definitely something very, very big for Raydish. They made the impossible possible, but now things are exactly even with Megd knocking Raydish off the ceiling. It's anyone's game right now. We'll have to see.
Yeah, both on their tournament stock here. Whoever loses this is out of the tournament. This is big here. The nerves are coming in. Raydish has not been touched yet. Has Megd in the yellow here, playing super patient. Megd just running away. Doesn't want to give up anything.
Doesn't want to give up one bit of his advantage. Or he doesn't want to give a bit of any of his play style or anything like that to Raydish. Look at these attacks come in.
Not a single hit has landed. There's the first one.
Megd is just doing, well, it's been doing decently well at jumping out of Raydish's attacks, but Raydish like, nah. Raydish comes in with that very nice orb recovery, tries to follow up with his backward side, and Megd comes in with that punishing 2-piece. But he's willing to give up the time. Raydish now currently launching Megd into the red. Megd just trying to get center neutral control again, trying to build some damage with his guitars. But right now, Raydish's like, no, you're not doing it. But Megd's like, you know what? I'm going to pick up guitars again. Maybe not intentionally. He preferably wanted sword, but he's going to try to do something here. But like I said, guitars builds damage off of center platform control. Ooh. And Raydish just launching Megd around a little bit. It's going to be close.
Megd has the option to switch to sword here, but he's going to keep guitars. Raydish might be wary of that. He's guarding the weapon right now. Doesn't want Megd to switch. And Sayer's going to do it.
Indeed. Wow. Raydish coming in with that side air knockout there on the Megd, making sure that that goes into his way. Even if it goes down to game 5 last stock red, right? It doesn't matter what's happening. Raydish comes with that side air. I think that weapon spawn on platform literally got Megd so confused. Like, do I want score? Do I want to do this? Wasn't really trying to figure out where his movement was. And Raydish punished that so hard. And he won the game because of it.